Hey everybody, welcome back. I just thought I'd film today while I got ready. I have some things to do today, and I don't really know what subjects we'll get into, so I think we're just gonna get started. Don't have a lot of time today. I think I'm gonna start with a little bit of this Smashbox primer, and I'm not crazy about the primer, but I have to film today, like more than just this, so hopefully this will help my nose look better than its usual self. Just really want to push it in there. And then maybe a little, it's right here. My skin's just rough there. Hope that you are well and that things have been going as well as they can. And the world is just a little bit crazy right now, so you know, as good as it can be, I guess. We are super busy at work. I want to do a smoky eye today. I haven't done one in a long time, so this will be interesting. I've got a few new brushes here. Ledger, Crease Definer. Let's start with a blender, because I want a really nice base for my smoky eye. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of eye primer. This is the NYX eyeshadow base. And it is, a little goes a long way with this stuff, you know? I'm going to use my finger just to warm it up a little and tap it out. I'm using the white kind, but they do have different colors, I believe. There we go. You'll notice we're in the dining room today. Just didn't feel like filming in a tiny little cramped space where I actually keep all of my stuff. I'm trying to get my review studio set up so that I can turn one direction and film reviews and turn another way and film for this channel, but my office is so small, super small. And there's barely enough room for the one area to film, so putting two in there is a bit of a stretch. I have to get rid of some things, I think, if I want it to actually work. I haven't re-dipped into the product. I just got my initial little dip in, but that's plenty. Alright, so I'm going to do a smoky eye. I haven't done one in a while, but I'm using, well, I have Smoke Show. I know they've since renamed this palette. This is ColourPop. Someone else had Smoke Show already, and they couldn't use the same name. So I feel like my palette's a bit of a collector's item in that regard. This color is so light with the base, you can barely tell it's there. That's okay. We're going to start light and go darker, because if you don't, it's real easy to get real messy. There we go. this color. Yeah. Okay. I'll clean that off so that I had this blender to use. Go into my regular shadow brush and actually let's go into my new, this is a easy crease definer from Complex Culture. I love Complex Culture brushes. I'm not sure about this one because it's got different angled edges. Like it's got a flat side, and an angled side, and it's kind of triangular, so it's a little bit odd, and I really feel like it's a little sparse, you know, like the bristles aren't quite what they could be. It is a brush though, and it does make that nice little narrow line. Going slightly above where my natural crease is. We're getting there. So I've got a review to film today, and some new toys are coming out for Jurassic that I want to review that I don't have yet. My Target doesn't have them yet, even though they're out in other places in the country. So I've got to film, and then go run errands before 5, and then go shopping. I'm waiting till later in the day because it is currently about 100 degrees outside, and I'm just not into it. I have the Jeep only, and the Jeep does not have air conditioning. Car needs all new suspension, and with everything going on, I haven't been able to take the car in to get it fixed or order any parts and fix it myself. So it's just sort of sitting in front of the garage waiting. I hope we can fix the car soon. I am gonna go in with the darkest. It says, let's do it. We're doing it. We're really dark in that outer corner. I feel like that's just a tiny bit patchy. Particularly the lighter gray. Go in the inner corner just a tiny bit. Back in the outer corner. Dig that into my eye socket. Some more. Notice I'm doing my eyes first so that I can clean up when I'm done before I go on to the rest of the face. I have to be careful with my outer corners because I have these annoying little lines, you see? And if you smoke over those lines, then they show up a lot worse. Sucks to get old, kids. Don't do it. Don't do it. For the middle, let's go ahead and do full metal. Kind of a darker shimmer shade. Oh. Yeah, it is. I've only used this palette a couple times since I got it, because the dark blacks are so dark. Everybody's been doing the neutral fades and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, but sometimes you just feel dark. I have here a smudge brush, which I'm not actually going to use to smudge anything on the upper lid, but I am going to go in under the bottom. It has this very precise point on it. And I can put the shadow just where I want it and nowhere else. Let's put a little bit of night green on the outer corner, just to kind of blend into that shimmery stuff. Darken it up a little more. I feel like the ColourPop shimmers are just a little bit creamier, and so they stick a little better. So, I want to talk about things that are happening, and on the same token, I'm tired of talking about things that have been happening in the world. It's pretty terrible. And it hasn't gotten better yet. It will get better, so that's a thing. Just gonna go in there with a little bit of Starstruck, which is like a silvery gray color. This is an unusual look for me, but it's very fitting. I have to review the Indominus Rex toy, so that's all gray and dark and spooky. Don't feel like this is done, but let's see. Because it's Indom and the Indom has red eyes, I wanted to do a little bit of red. This might be a terrible idea. Or it might be an awesome idea. I don't know. You probably noticed my hair color has changed again. I wanted to go for turquoise highlights. And instead of the purple, we went with pink. And it just sort of blended together and became purple again. So the bottom of my hair is purple. The top of my hair is pink. Can I? I'm talking. I'll put some red on this inner corner. Clean up a little bit. And are we going to do a wing? Of course we're going to do a wing. We're going to try. I can hear the Jurassic World Dominus Rex theme right now in my head. Guess that's good. Means I'm headed in the right direction, right? Getting warmed up. That one's a little better than this one. Go back in with this one. There we go. I think that's about as much damage as the eyes can do right now. Let's go and put some of the face on and eyebrows and stuff and see if we can bring this look together. Get those dark shadows on other areas of your face and you start to really look like a dead person. Bags under your eyes really show. Okay. So we've primed my nose already. The eyes are pretty much done. I gotta do some lashes and stuff still. Let's go in with our Cosmetics CC cream. This is the oil-free kind, or is this the regular kind? No, this is the regular kind. I've been using the oil-free, but for today, I kind of wanted to look a little more dewy. So, this. Yeah. Let's use this. So, with everything that's going on, Jeep Beach was canceled. Well, postponed, I guess. It's supposed to be a makeup show in September. We'll see how everything goes in the world. Hopefully we get to still do that, but I don't really know. There haven't been opportunities to really exhibit the Jeep anywhere. But that's okay, because we're all in this same terrible leaky boat together. Coverage on my nose there. You know, I've been self-quarantining, isolating, which is not really a stretch for me because I like to be isolated anyway. It's kind of just how I live. not a very social person. Partially because I have, humongous anxiety and depression, but also because I just try to keep my nose out of stuff. I don't want the drama. I got enough to deal with on my own without all that added stuff to sort out. And talking to my dad some more. Can't go see him, but he's doing okay. His chemo's not really doing anything for his cancer anymore. It's just sort of destroying the healthy organs and keeping the pain at bay. He's been tested for COVID a couple of times because he keeps getting sick, but he's tested negative so far. He's had, mainly the chemo's screwing up his kidneys, and he's had kidney problems. Not good. Not good. But, we just try to live day to day, and he just got his Harley that he's always wanted, so my cousin helped him get that. Hopefully he can ride it some. He's looking for a veteran's some kind of something somewhere that can help him install a set of trike wheels so that he has more stability on it. And it's one of the things where I could probably find him 5 or 6 people down here to do it because everybody has bikes. But he's all the way up in Indiana. I can't do anything to help, pretty much. So, yeah. It's somewhat depressing. Hopefully he will find someone that can help him, because I can't go up there right now. And I know he would really appreciate being able to ride more. And hopefully that's making things look better. It's so funny. I listen to other beauty tubers and they're like, man, I wish I could get my filler. Wish I could do this, wish I could do that. I need to get my hair done, blah, blah, blah. I was able to get my hair done finally. And I'm not trying to, call anybody out or anything. It's just like, wish my problems were that simple. Wish that was my biggest worry instead of all this other crap. Again, not to say anything against those other people, because they've been amazing in the beauty community during all of this stuff. They've been raising money, they've been supporting independent black companies, they've been, everything you can possibly do to help, they've been doing it. And I'm so proud of the beauty community for being there for everyone, I know that the beauty community gets a bad rep, but I have not seen, in my circle, I have not seen anyone being a jerk about anything that's going on. Everybody's being understanding. people are using their platforms for good. So I guess if you're trying to silver lining it, hopefully everyone drawing attention to these issues, talking about it and thinking about it and doing a lot of self-reflection, hopefully that is making people hopeful that things will get better. They will. They really will. It's just going to take some time. All the progress we thought we made in this country was pretty much, well, pardon the term, it was pretty much cosmetic to make ourselves feel good about everything that we've done. But the thing about progress is if you don't bring everyone along, then you haven't actually made that much progress. If you want lasting change, you have to bring along the other people on the other side of the issue. And that is seemingly insurmountable task. I know it's so difficult. Most people don't even want to talk to people on the other side of issues. I don't. I block a lot of people who just want to argue because I know, talking to them on the internet, they're just going to argue and they're not trying to improve the situation or educate themselves or do anything like that. I know how people are. But we really need to take a step back and change. We've got to change hearts and minds on the inside. You can't just legislate progress. I mean, it helps. It definitely helps. But as soon as the other side gets in power, like they've done, they're just gonna undo everything you've done. Unless there are enough people on the other side who agree with everything. That is a huge bronzer brush. Look at this sucker. This is another complex culture. This is like as big as my nose, like 3D wise. Let's see if I can get my other brush. Concealer, cat hair. That's a highlight. That's a highlight. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. You've really got to have conversations with people in your own life who need to examine their behavior and their decisions. And until you do that, it's just not going to stick. And I think the country is learning that now. I think we've learned. It's unfortunate the price we had to pay to learn it, but hopefully we can move forward and try again and bring more people along this time. Because every time, it feels like a setback, but every time you do this, you can bring more people along with you. But you have to reach back further. And it's tough. I had one of my cousins actually add me on Facebook. And they're staunch Trump supporter. They post memes about AOC all the time. They're from Kansas, and love you, Kansas, but you're a bit backwards. And they don't teach people these things in school. It's all religion and oppression and, other different is the enemy. And it's really ingrained in there. And I couldn't stomach the constant barrage of negativity coming from that. I just couldn't do it. That's not to say I can't still be an influence, because they are still my cousin, and obviously they're going to be around. My husband still talks to them, so it's not like we've totally cut it off. I just couldn't have it on my timeline all the time. You've got to really pick and choose your battles and take care of yourself in times like these, because if you get worn out and you can't fight anymore, I mean, there really is such a thing as there's fatigue and burnout, and if you can't fight, then, you know, if you can't support yourself, what I'm trying to say is, if you can't even support yourself at that moment, there's no way you're going to be able to fight for other people. So you've really got to take good mental care of yourself. That is a huge pouch. It'll do though. Just want to put on a little bit of translucent powder over my other IT products, because I have oily skin and I know that it's more product for it to break down, but if I don't do something, I won't even make it through the next video after this. Brows. I've just got my NYX Fluff and Fill. I'd like to do something a little more precise, but I haven't had my brows done in a long time, and they're not as precise as they could be, so just gonna fill them in a little. Make them a little more defined. Then you take a little brush, then you fluff. Fill and fluff, it's right in the name. So I hope that you are looking after yourself and making sure that you're not trying to pour from an empty cup, because it just doesn't work. Look at that, I'm already itchy. Something you can do if your face itches is just get something cool. Like I have a cloth here, it's just a little bit damp, and you just hold it on the spot. Cool the skin down. That will usually make an itch go away. I say usually. That's the other thing I like about the CC cream. If I do touch my face or forget or get a spot, I can just take something in like a blender or a brush and just go over it a little bit, and it will move back into place. It stays just a tiny bit movable. So the Indominus Rex has a dark gray circle around its eye. It's very deeply set, shadowed. And then it has a kind of reddish orange glowing eye. And then the rest of the animal's just gray. Just gray, but it can camouflage, and it's usually covered in blood because it is a vicious animal. Not a real animal, you know, it's a movie monster, but come on. Ugh. Okay, I hate the plastic that they put around lip pencils and eye pencils. I know why it's there. Like, I understand it's the easiest way to make sure that the product is sealed and safe and it doesn't dry out and blah, 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 blah. But it is the biggest pain in the to get this off of here. They need to have like an easy pull tab or something. Because it usually takes me like 10 minutes to get the frickin' plastic started. And then a lot of times it doesn't even come off clean. You still have to with it. This is a brand new pencil. I just opened it. This is a NYX Extreme Color Lip Liner Slide On Glide On. Just opened it. You just watched me open this, and the tip is already broken off. Excuse me while I sharpen this pencil. Alright, I already started lining, but because it's very hard to talk while you're doing this. It is a very nice, smooth liner once you get it to the point where it actually works. I have this problem though of every time I use lipstick, it gets into my Cupid's bow. And then I lose that whole definition thing I'm going for. Anybody else have that problem, or am I just special and untalented? Because that is entirely possible, you know. I could just suck at this. Oh well. Ooh, I get to try my new color today. This is Mega Last High Shine Brilliance Crimson Crime from Wet n Wild. And it is so red. That is very red. And I kind of love it. Kind of love it. I wanted to give these eyes a minute to kind of settle. And I think that the NYX primer was probably the one to use. I mean, the wrong one to use. I think I should have went with the e.l.f. because it's a little bit more sticky. But just gonna take a clean brush, cleaned it with my color changer thing, and some of this stone face. Go right back over here. Kind of fade that out some more. Luckily this doesn't need to look amazing all day. It just needs to last through a shoot. Not a very long one, so when I say that, I hope. I hope it's not that long. Got stuff to do today. hopefully by touching up the eyes right before I finish the look and spray it, the eyes will stay in place a little better. That's not too bad, really. Tiny bit of that light gray right there to give them a little bit more dimension. Okay. I'm going to toss on some roller lash. Try this mascara so that my terribly, terribly hooded eyes don't get it all over the place. Using a little bit of 12 Benefits on my hair. My Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Okay, that is the finished look. Lips a little bold, but that's okay. That's kind of what I wanted. It hopefully will bring out the little bit of tiny touch of red in the eyes. Didn't want to make it look like I had pink eye, but I did want to have just a tiny bit of color somewhere. And yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm working on my filming area and my filming schedule and life in general, and I hope that things are going well for you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.